Hello everyone, I'm Warren De Leon, and today I'm going to show you how we build this app. This app is a quiz, and first of all I'm going to explain you how we did the design part of this application. So as you can see here, there's a vertical arrangement that is the entire app. Then inside this vertical arrangement, there's a label that we wrote inside, "Welcome to the Smart Employability Quiz." Below this label, there's two horizontal arrangements that inside are the one label and one text box. And below these two horizontal arrangements, there's a button that's the start button. We used a tiny database to store the names of the players and also the questions and answers of this quiz. So let's look at the blocks part. As you can see here, we start the game with two global variables that are called player 1 name and player 2 without any text inside. Then we store all the questions and answers in two lists. You can find this block here in list, and then just click on make a list, drag it outside, and if you want to add more than two items inside this list, just only click on the blue button and then drag another item below the others. So these lists are stored inside a global variable called questions and answers. But how we store these global variables inside the database? We used the when button start or click block that you can find it clicking on the button name. Here, just click on the button name, and all the blocks are going to appear for this button. So when the button start or click, we set first the global variables of the names of the players with the text written inside this text box. Then we store the names of the players inside the database, and after that we store the questions and answers. When all the items are stored in the database, we open another screen that we called juego, that it's game in Spanish. So let's look at the design part of this second screen. Here we have inside the vertical arrangement again, we have an horizontal arrangement with two labels. One label, a static label that it's called turn, and then a second label called player name, written inside player name. This player name is going to change when the turn changes, and is going to be right inside the name of the player. Also, in the there's a table arrangement with player 1 and player 2 written inside, and here are going to be written the name of the player. So these two labels and also this one are going to change when the game starts. Here is going to be written the questions, and the user have to write inside this text box the answer. When you wrote the answer, just press send, and the result are going to just show you if you wrote the correct answer or not. So let's look at the block part. As you can see here, we have four global variables. The first one is the turn of the player. If the number is 1, then the player 1 is going to play. If the number is 2, the player 2 is going to play. We start the points of the players with zeros, and also we used index that just only we use it for know what's the number of the question that we want to show to the users. So when the game initialized, so we use this block called when game initialized, we set all the labels in order to show to the user the question, the names of the players, and then the user have to write the correct answer or not to the text box. That's the most difficult part of this app. So what happens when the send button is clicked? First of all, we check if the answer is the same as the answer inside this list. Then, if the answer is the same, we check if we can show another answer. If we can show another answer, we say, well done. The pop-up shows and says, well done. Click here to the next question. Then, here, if the player is 1, just we add another point, or if the player is 2, we add another point. Then we set the global index to another +1 to another question. What happens if this question is wrong? So we call a notifier and show a message dialog that says fail, and then the other player can answer the same question. When you press the send button, we change the user to the other player here. If the global player is 1, we set it with 2. If not, we set it with 1. Then we have stored the points of the players, but we don't we didn't show it to the users. Here we set the text box, sorry, the labels of the points in the app. So we have to show the next question in this case, because the button send is pressed, and if the user answers the question correct, then we need to show the next question. And first of all, we check if there's more questions, and if in the list are more questions, then we get first who's the player. We change the label in the turn label with the name of the player, and then we show the questions. So if there's no more questions, it means that the game is done. It's finished. So we have to check who won the game. Here is an if-else, that if you want to make an if-else, just click on Control, drag if-then block, and click on the blue button and add an if-else below this if. So when you add this item, it will show you the if-else else-if block. Also, for the end, you have to add another else in this case. Okay? So let's look at this part of the code. If the player 1 if the player 2 have more points than the player 1, then the winner is the player 2. In this case, else if the player 1 have more points than the player 2, the winner is the player 1, and else if either the player 1 and the player 2 have the same points, then there's a draw. And when that happens and show you who won the game, or the application close with that block, close application. So I'm going to show you this app working with the emulator. First of all, the program, the web of App Inventor opens an emulator, and then it's like a cell phone, real cell phone. So just wait for the app. It's important that you don't close this pop-up, because if you close it, then the emulator are going to crash. So just wait. Here says that you have to wait 15 seconds, so don't touch anything. Okay, now the app is running. So as you can see, this app starts with player 1 and player 2 written inside this text box. That's because we don't want the user, we don't let the user leave this text box blank. So let's write, for example, a name like Warren, and here let's write another one like Paul. Oops, sorry. Okay, when it's done, we click on start and the game starts. So as you can see here, this label changed and now says Warren, and here says Warren and Paul. And here this label asks what's the name of the Barcelona football pitch. So if we write for Camp Nou, oops, and we press send, a pop-up shows you that you wrote a correct answer. And if you write the wrong answer, for example, what's the name of the most well-known architect in Barcelona? If you, instead of writing Gaudí, you write, for example, I don't know, something, and you press send, it will say you that you failed this question, and the player is going to change or have to change. Okay, we didn't make this app case sensitive. In order to do that, you have to go to the screen 1, and in every text question add an uppercase or a lowercase, and also when you check for the answer in the second screen, you also have to add uppercase here when you get the answer written inside the text box. You can find this in the documentation that are going to be shared below this video or in the Smart Employability Project website, how we made the design part. So you can use the same words, the same names of labels, text box that we used, and also in the documentations will tell you what blocks you have to use to do this app. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching this video and also for being here in the Smart Employability Project meeting 2014 here in Barcelona. And if you like this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up. Follow us in this channel. I think it's going to be uploaded in the Stucom channel. And write us comments. So thank you and bye-bye.